More than 100 people have reportedly been killed in Gaza today after Israeli forces opened fire at Palestinian civilians gathering at an aid distribution point. Around 700 others are injured. That's according to the enclave's health ministry. The attack happened when hungry civilians swarmed newly arrived aid trucks to get food, when Israeli tanks and drones started shooting at them in western Gaza City. The Israeli army said that it's checking reports of this incident. The enclave's health ministry says that the total death toll in Gaza has surpassed 30,000 since the war began last October. Aid organizations warn that the continuing Israeli strikes, coupled with a worsening humanitarian situation, could lead to more deaths as well. For more, Sarah Coates joins us. She's live for us from Tel Aviv. Sarah, it's a refrain that we've heard a number of times during this conflict, Israel denying targeting civilians right from the start. What does it have to show to back up that claim, though, especially now with Gaza's healthcare collapsing and dozens more casualties arriving in these latest strikes?
Hello, Dawn. Extremely concerning incident that you were just speaking about there. We are hearing from doctors on the ground inside Gaza saying that they are only able to administer very basic first aid in the hospitals to the victims of this attack just a number of hours ago, simply because they do not have the provisions to actually deal with the more serious casualties. So they are actually expecting that death toll to rise from that incident earlier today. Now, what is interesting, Dawn, is what we're hearing from the Israeli military. You mentioned that a little earlier it said that it wasn't aware of any Israeli shelling in that area around the time. We do have a new statement. It says that as aid was being delivered to the northern Gaza Strip, a violent gathering erupted surrounding the truck, during which Palestinians looted the equipment. It went on to say that during the incident, dozens of Gazans were injured as a result of the pushing and trampling, saying it is under review. According, though, to another security source, a military source on the ground, some of the crowds began moving toward Israeli forces in the area in a way that, quote, endangered Israeli troops. And this is in direct contrast to what we are actually hearing from people on the ground. They are calling it an ambush and a trap. So certainly very, very concerning. And this is something that we will continue to follow. Dawn.
Sarah, we have word that several UN agencies are saying that they're facing a lot of difficulty delivering that humanitarian aid to the southern city of Rafah. Now, if Rafah were to become the centre of conflict, something that we have been saying is a possibility, is there still a safe place for the many, many displaced Palestinians who are sheltering there?
Dawn, around 1.5 million internally displaced Palestinians are right now sheltering down in that southern city of Rafah. And from day one, they have said it is not safe simply due to the continued airstrikes in and around this area. Now, according to the United Nations, aid deliveries fell by 50% this month from the previous month, with the United Nations saying that this is due to closures by obstacles like security due to military operations down in that southern city of Rafah. We're also hearing from a number of aid groups that their workers have been denied visas to come into Israel to then go into Gaza, while others have been given visas for very short periods of time, like 1 to 2 months. Now, you did mention this international concern growing around this potential Israeli military operation down into that southern city of Rafah. We did hear from the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu a little earlier this week. He did come out to say that security plans, evacuation plans have been drawn up for these civilians sheltering there. Didn't elaborate any further on exactly where these people are supposed to go, but he also said they'll have the opportunity to leave. But the question everyone's been asking this entire time is to where?
Sarah, thank you for that update. Sarah Coates there, live for us in Tel Aviv.